Pada b'sholem nafshi ki v'rabim hayimodi. Let's give some tzedakah, and then I'll explain the pasuk that I just said, the verse that I just recited, as a prayer and as a song. Pada v'sholem nafshi, which means David HaMelech says, God redeemed my soul in peace. Ki v'rabim hayimodi, because the community was with me. The reason I said this verse today, first of all, because we need the Pada b'sholem. We need for all our brethren, the hostages, to be released fully, completely, all of them, without exception. But in addition to it, today is the 10th day of Kislev. Yesterday I spoke about the passing of the Mittler Rebbe. Today, the 10th day of Kislev, obviously before his passing, is the day of his liberation from prison. You probably know that most of the Chabad Rebbes, they were all prisoners. The Alter Rebbe, which we're going to talk about next week, and the Mittler Rebbe, which today he was released from prison in the year 1826. The story is as follows. One of the Chassidim, of the great followers of the Mittler Rebbe, was a great Chassid by the name Reb Pinchas Reitzes, an Eliastos Chassid. When he passed away, he only had a nephew as an heir. He had no children. And this particular nephew is one who opposed the Chassidic ways, Chassidic teachings. He was amongst the detractors of Chassidim. But when he inherited the possessions of the Reb Pinchas Reitzes, he also saw a letter that the Mittler Rebbe wrote to his uncle, asking him to serve on a special committee to distribute funds for charity. And the sum which is mentioned in this letter was 4,000 rubles, which is an important sum, but no fortune. The nephew then showed this letter to a cousin of the Mittler Rebbe, who unfortunately was up to no good. And he decided here he has an opportunity to blackmail the Mittler Rebbe, and he went and telling him that he's demanding from the Mittler Rebbe an important sum of money, otherwise he's going to report him to the government and cause a lot of problems. The Mittler Rebbe said, I didn't do anything inappropriate. I have nothing to reproach myself. Do what you want. You're not getting a penny. So this fellow went and took that letter and he altered it. Where it was written 4,000 ruble, he added a 1 and a 0 beforehand to make it look like 104,000 ruble, which was a huge fortune at that time. With this, the Rebbe was accused of trying to rebel against the government. Also, they said that his synagogue, the shul where the Mittler Rebbe was learning, it was built in the image of the Beis HaMikdash. In other words, that he wants to rebel against the government and impose himself as the new king, the new leader. Ridiculous statements, but it doesn't take much to accuse a Jew. And it's quickly accepted. On Motzei Shabbos, Saturday night, on the 28th day of the month of Tishrei, the year 1826, suddenly investigators and police showed up at the Rebbe's house, looking for incriminating evidence. Everybody was obviously extremely concerned, except for the Mittler Rebbe himself. He was writing his Chassidic discourse. He even said people should come to Yechidus. He's ready to welcome and accept people. But at the end of that night, he was arrested and he was imprisoned in the city of Vitebsk under very tight security. But they gave him certain privileges. The doctor testified in court that the Mittler Rebbe's life will be endangered if he will not be able to teach Chassidic discourses to his Chassidim, in case he will not be able to write Chassidic discourses, and in case he will not be able to have a minyan for his services. And they allowed actually, for Shachas, Mincha, Ma'ariv, I think 20 people they should be able to come in the prison, in the cell, and for the Mittler Rebbe to be able to have his minyan, have his spiritual needs, because the Mittler Rebbe was known that his life is one which is completely permeated with godliness, with Chassidus teaching, and that's what he lives off. Eventually, when he came to court, the Mittel Rebbe was dressed in a Shabbos finery. So much so that the court was so impressed by this appearance that he actually asked they should bring a chair for the Mittel Rebbe. During the proceedings, this infamous Lippmann, who orchestrated all these accusations, turned to the Mittel Rebbe and he said to him, "Rebbe, so and so." The Mittel Rebbe then made a remark. He calls me a revolutionary, he accuses me of a charlatan, yet he calls me Rebbe. Anyway, the Mittel Rebbe was completely exonerated and he was released from prison on the 10th day of Kislev when he said the words of Tehillim, Pada b'sholem nafshi, my soul has been redeemed in peace.